Chapter 11, Mishnah 5. The Mishnah discusses seeds of Truma fruit. Seeds of Truma fruit. When the Kohen collects and saves the seeds as he eats the fruit with the intention of eating them, the seeds are forbidden to a non-Kohen. That is, they must be treated as Truma. Although fruit seeds are not food and thus are not Truma by Torah law, the rabbis decreed that if the Kohen saves them, thereby treating them as food and not as waste, they must be treated as Truma. But if the Kohen throws away the seeds, they are permitted to a non-Kohen. Since the seeds are being discarded as waste, they need not be treated as Truma. The Mishnah discusses another, unreleased case in which the status of an item depends on whether it is kept or thrown away. A similar law applies to the bones of offerings. When the person eating the offering, collects and saves the bones with the intention of eating them, they are prohibited. That is, the bones are subject to the same restrictions as the meat of the offering. However, if he threw away the bones, they are permitted. That is, they are not subject to the restrictions that apply to the meat. The Mishnah discusses whether bran, the shell, or the wheat kernel has Truma sanctity. Coarse bran of Truma grain is permitted to non-Kohen. That is, it does not have the status of Truma because people do not eat it. However, fine bran that comes from fresh grain of Truma is prohibited to non-Kohanim. Although the bran itself does not have Truma sanctity, it tends to have regular flour, which is Truma, mixed into it. Therefore, a non-Kohen must avoid this bran. But fine bran that comes from old grain of Truma is permitted because this bran does not usually contain flour. A law about sifting the bran from Truma flour. And a Kohen may eat Truma grain in the same way he treats Chulin grain. That is, he may sift out the bran from the Truma grain and throw it out. As we have said, this bran is not Truma, and thus it may be destroyed. A law about sifting Truma flour after the bran has already been discarded. If a Kohen takes Truma flour from which the bran has been removed and sifts it again until it is left with 1 or 2 kav of fine flour from a sa of ordinary flour, he may not destroy the leftovers. That is, he may not destroy the lesser quality flour that he sifted out. Rather, he must put it in a protected place. Although this Kohen wants finer flour, the lesser quality flour is nevertheless fit to be eaten and thus has Truma sanctity. Accordingly, he may not destroy it.